Hi, my name is Jess Granada, and I'm the executive chef and one of the owners here at Nanam, Takapuna. So Nanam is a Filipino Spanish-style restaurant. It is deeply rooted to our expression of Filipino cuisine and who we are. Me and Andrew, my partner, started a dream to see Filipino cuisine in New Zealand. I didn't really thought of opening up my own restaurant, but it was that question in mind: who are we? What do we do? We end up doing the markets. So we set up this 3x3 tent, a really tiny tent. We just serve one dish, just a taco pao, which is our steam bun. We end up getting really good feedback. And so our friend who owns a Vietnamese restaurant and say, why don't you take over the restaurant and serve Filipino cuisine? And I said, you are crazy. No one wants Filipino cuisine. No one's asking Filipino cuisine. No one's interested on it. Me and Andrew take a leap of faith, had $300 in our bank account. And I said, look, we will do whatever we can to whatever resources is provided. And we end up just recycling everything, putting patches in the wall and putting the baskets, renovating it ourselves and just making it look like a place of home. And that what Nanam is known now. It is a place to celebrate Filipino culture, and that Filipinos will be proud to bring people here because they know it's a place to start a conversation about who they are over food. And that's been our goal since day one. I think what makes it unique is not just the food. It is an expression of who we are, where we're from, and where we want to go. The food is just the result of it. And that's why people keep coming back, because they felt like they belong. And they felt like they're here not just to eat the food, but to also experience the people. The taco pao has always been in our menu since day one. It's very important for us because of the backstory of us starting with that same dish. So it's actually mixed with beetroot juice, and it's got this beautiful color to it. It's actually got that earthiness and that lovely texture, sweetness. And when we serve it to the markets, they said that was like the best steam buns they've ever tried. A bit of a shock because it's your first time serving someone something that is you, and now you're getting a great feedback that your product is good. And that's why we started the restaurant. I fell in love with cooking at a very early age. I grew up in the province. Back in the province, when there's a celebration, you just automatically get invited. So as a child, I was born to it. I would be very curious, walking around, touching things and smelling things, and just curious. The steam comes out of the steamer, so it mesmerized me. And normally kids would play, but I would be beside the lolas or the grandmas. And growing up, I was always around those people. I love to work with my hands. I had never actually like rules. If that's how they teach me how to do adobo, I would do something else. I normally get in trouble for that because we have 7,107 islands. Geographically, people live in different places and they have different resources. You can actually have your own adobo from in this island and different to the other island. So you can travel and taste different things and feel like it's still the same dish, but expressed in a different way. And I really love how people gather. It's very community, always sharing experience. You never see a dish that is just for one person. It's actually a sharing portion because I always expect a visitor, and that's, I think, what food is all about. The experience at Nanam is designed for you to experience the culture of Filipino, but at the same time to celebrate where we are. I think New Zealand had ultimately changed my view of what good food is all about, what community is all about. You have to support the land where you are, but at the same time keep the details of you and presented in the food itself. And I think that's very, very important, becoming a successful restaurateur, giving space for the two worlds to be in one place or in one plate. In our community, normally we try and focus and just do our product, and we normally are quite shy to tell the people what's behind why we do what we do. And that's also the solution. is actually being more open to inviting guests to know you a bit more and telling the operator's story. And also, I guess, having more programs that cultivate that. Maybe having a little bit more of a festival, a gathering. But I think we're coming out of that shell now. I can see a lot more younger chefs just being vocal on what they do, why they do what they do, their background, their inspiration. Our guest comes to our door because they want to be a part of what you do. They're really happy to hear your story. And it's also our responsibility to communicate who we are, what we do, and why we exist. And this is a part of that long-term relationship we're looking to our guests. We had to plan the menu and the experience in a way that they would feel very, very comfortable and that they are welcome. Because it can be very scary for people to order something they do not know. Put an experience that is inclusive to people who is coming in not knowing Filipino cuisine. I think genuine hospitality is not just about giving people what they want, it's giving them what they need, which is actually caring for them at the table, smiling at them because you want to serve them. When you welcome them because you want them to be here. You're actually contributing to an experience that someone wants to have when they sit on a table. I think it adds color to the hospitality industry. The diversity it actually brings to the table. And that experience of something that is deeply rooted to the person who's creating it makes it an experience that people cannot forget. And I think that's why it's important to have ethnic restaurants. They said that you can take out a person out of their country, but you can't take out the food out of the person. They were born to it, and that's who they are. And even if they don't speak the language, I bring you a dish or a food, and you know who I am.